I called my wife's sister and gave her a basic summary of the affair and what led to the hospitalization of my wife. She was generally shocked and profusely apologetic and sympathetic. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to do part 4, or a big update to the story. On Christmas, Grandpa goes scorched earth after discovering wife of 4 decades is cheating with her doctor. And as a quick recap, that's about the guy, late 60s, 2 years from retirement, finds out his wife's cheating on him with her own doctor of all people. And this guy's been with her for about 4 decades, and pretty much he then has to decide how to handle it. Instead of losing his cool, he keeps it quiet, consults his attorney, gets a PI involved, finding out dirt on her, and this is all happened before Christmas. But he has kids and grandkids, didn't want to ruin it for them, so he kept things quiet, had the traditional Christmas, had a good time, played it cool with her so she wouldn't suspect anything, and then dropped the bomb the day after Christmas, and in front of all the kids. And as you can imagine, he's going through an emotional roller coaster, she's having a meltdown, all that. And he was making sure that the doctor, who knowingly was hooking up with a married woman, gets his too, and is making sure that he also gets canned from his job. And that doctor's wife knows about the whole thing. And the updates, he was trying to obviously cope with this whole situation. And the last episode, because this is getting to be like daily episodes, he got away because he needed to get some space, get some time to himself. And he went and visited his sister-in-law, his brother's wife, because his brother's deceased. And she took him around, helped him get new clothes, haircut, got him out of the house, all that to take his mind off the situation, and it left with where things were there. Now we're going to pick up where things left off. And by the way, big shout out to all you guys that informed me that there was a couple new updates here. I really appreciate you guys letting me know. So he continues his story saying, my daughters took my wife to the ER yesterday morning. She was dehydrated. Tests showed her kidney function was not what it should be. She was exhibiting signs of confusion. She was admitted, drip started, and labs were being done again today. In the last episode, because these are episodes, she wasn't doing too well. A psych evaluation has also been ordered for her. They were told to expect her to be in the hospital for most of the week. My son contacted her sisters and told them that she was hospitalized and that I was out of town. Her sisters and mother are unaware of her affair to my knowledge. I plan on going and sitting down with her mother and older sister this weekend. Looking back, I should have done that this past Friday before I left town. Well, you know what? He needs to take care of himself for once, and that's what he's been doing. Let's just hope that she's not hooking up with another doctor while she's there in the hospital recovering. Good Lord. I'm still at my sister-in-law's house. I hunted yesterday, but it's raining today, and I opted not to go again this morning. Last night, a menu was fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy, homemade biscuits, apple cobbler, and ice cream. Man, this sister-in-law is cool. She's really taking care of him, you all recall from yesterday's story. She had a couple things to do this morning, but has instructed me to be dressed when she gets back and be ready to do some rambling, whatever that means. I told her rainy days were good for 2 things, and I wasn't sleepy. She came back with, your children don't need both of their parents in the hospital from dehydration, so I'm going rambling, I guess. I'm glad I'm here. I really don't want to talk to my friends just yet, nor do I want to be at work. I have my laptop and phone and assistant coworker that has been with me for 25 years, so business is being conducted as usual. He is aware of the affair because he was the one who made me aware of the Vegas trip. Well, that friend definitely needs a night out with a lot of rounds of beer for making you aware of this whole thing, and I'm glad it wasn't a shoot the messenger situation. While hashing all this out on Reddit, it has been helpful to me. I know you're tiring of my posts. Bro, nobody here is tiring of your post. Keep it up. Okay, this is helpful to you. It's like therapy, and it's like a journal, and also helps a lot of guys out that may be in a situation like this. You never know. I've started a journal and can just write there if you've lost interest in my story. Thanks again for all your messages. Many have been very thought-provoking and helpful. My mind is the clearest place it's been since the text I received of her and the affair partner, thanks in no small part to all of you. See, these things do help people. I called her sister and gave her a basic summary of the affair and what led to the hospitalization of my wife. She was genuinely shocked and profusely apologetic and sympathetic. Well, that is nice to hear. A lot of times the family will take her side, usually the female family members. My mother-in-law is leaving tomorrow morning on a trip with 3 other widows she is friends with. My daughters call it the BHH gang, blue-haired hoe. Whoa. They like to take the bus tours. She said she was not going to tell about the affair nor psych evaluation. Just that my wife's condition did not seem serious enough for me to return home from the trip. That I was with others and that would have to return with me, and it was not necessary for me to come as of now. She also said my mother-in-law was very worried about me when they left my house, that I did not see myself and looked very troubled. Well, yeah, you can understand why. The sisters are going to help my daughters and daughter-in-law with hospital stay, and one of them will take her home with them until she's able to move from our house. I called my baby daughter and told her that to go by the office and go get a check, go cash it, buy a card, and take it by her grandmother's house. I have a name stamp at an office that she can sign the card with, to put a note in it, to enjoy her trip, and that I loved her. So thanks again, Reddit, for catching something that I needed to do and I had not thought of. How many of you guys want to bet that the whole situation with his wife, soon to be ex-wife hopefully, was all about attention? I've done a lot of stories where the wife or girlfriend gets caught with doing her dirty deeds, and the husband's going to leave her, and everything in her life has gone down the drain, and all of a sudden she's in the hospital. Took a whole bunch of pills or wouldn't eat or something to transition the anger and disdain for her to pity. How many of y'all want to bet that's potentially the case here? I've seen it too many times. Says here, he continues on because he does updates here. He says, turns out the rambling included grocery store, dry cleaners, pay the electric bill, Home Depot, and not least a test at a clinic. $112 and 15 minutes later, I learned that I have no STD. Sparkplug is in a very matter-of-fact manner. Explain that to me. Ain't no man with a junkie monkey staying in my house. So for those of you advising me to go through this humiliating experience, rest easy, I am clean. So the sister-in-law took him out to get many things, also an STD test. And you know what? That's an important thing that he obviously didn't think about, because then she was cheating with the doctor for a year. So I'm glad he took that and he's okay. Now that wraps up his update, because it wasn't very lot. It was 3 different updates, but they were very quick, very brief. But I know you guys like hearing about this guy's adventures every day, so I just want to let you guys know about that. Now here's some comments, and I got to tell you, I took a point to write down some of these comments as an example. How many people are invested in this guy's story and do care? I mean, it really is something, because you get a lot of yahoos on Reddit, but there's also good people that care and want to help this guy out and offer him advice. This probably keeps guys from ending it all. One guy says here, you're a good man and she is the biggest fool. But then she knows that. Enjoy your trip and let the sister-in-law take care of you, as she can see what you need and is doing a fine job. Another guy says here, I'm so sorry about your situation. I've been married for 45 years. Having to confront cheating after a long-term marriage would be devastating. It looks like you're keeping a level head and taking one step at a time. I'm glad you have such a strong support system in place. If this is therapeutic for you, please keep posting. You have a lot of people rooting for you and your family. Yeah, really. And he was thinking about not doing any more updates. People want to know how he's doing, so I hope he does keep doing this. Another guy says, despite the cluster FUCK that is going on around you, it seems that you're keeping a very level head. I do not wish this on anyone, and my hat's off to you for keeping a relatively cool head. I really hope your lawyer goes after the affair partner's medical license. That would really screw him up more than just getting fired from the clinic. Please keep us updated on that as well. Well, a lot of people in the comment section mention about medical licenses and things like that, and I've had some doctors comment about what could happen if this got out, him and a patient, that type of thing, so it's not going to go well for the doctor. Another guy says, best of luck to you, man. You're doing all the right things. I'm glad you got a really cool sister-in-law. Sounds like your brother really knew how to pick them. Your kids have good heads on their shoulders, too. Yeah, his sister-in-law really sounds like the very rare, small percentage of the female population that actually are worth having in your life, you know? And actually, because she really sounds cool. And last one guy says, hooray, I remember myself sitting at my doctor's bawling my eyes out, asking for this test. Feeling so humiliated. Happy that it's negative and at least your health has come out of this unscathed. All right. So, I have no idea when I'll be doing another update. It could be tomorrow, it could be in 2 weeks, but we shall see. But this guy's doing well. That's this whole thing in this channel and my other channel, and also these things on Reddit, really help guys get through things. It's important sometimes to write these things down. On my other channel, Strong Successful Male, which most of you follow, and if you don't, you should check it out. Most of my work now are guys writing in about their situation in the story. They always say it feels so good to get it down on paper, to write it out. And even if the stories don't make it to video, they're happy to write it out, and it's therapeutic to them. So I hope this guy continues on, and this guy ends, things go really well for him. Because things sure as hell ain't going well for the wife. But I hope he doesn't fall for her crap, because I really do think probably what she's doing is this a desperate, a last-ditch effort to get some pity. Because a lot of these stories, when the wife is cheating and is out for everybody to know, the whole family, all of a sudden she's in the hospital. So I hope he doesn't fall for that. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think. Offer some support. If you check out his story on Reddit, offer him some support there as well. And also, you come across a good story like to share, by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I will when I get a chance. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.